Alright, hello, I am Wallaber. I'm the developer of Pro Gymnast. It is launch week. I'm very excited. The game comes out this Friday, September 4th. And, normally here on Twitch, I am streaming the development of the game. But it's launch week and the game is ready, so I'm just messing around, doing other things. And what I'm doing instead today is I am doing my second attempt at a dumb speedrun of my own game. I probably can't think of anything more narcissistic than this activity. But it's kind of fun. It's a fun way to kind of show the game. And, it kind of gives it a little, a little framework, something to do. I'm also, for the very first time today, streaming in the category of Pro Gymnast as opposed to the Science and Technology, because I actually got the game all set up so that Twitch believes it's a video game, which is pretty sweet. Got the box art and everything. So that's awesome. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing a All Arenas 5 Stars run. An All Arenas 5 Stars run means we're going to try to get 5 stars in all 5 arena levels in the game. So the way the game works is, if I come in here, you can see you have these different locations. I got 3 in California and then 2 in Tokyo. And in each location there are levels, regular levels, and then there are arenas. And arenas are basically a special kind of level where there's no goal. It's not like you get to point B. Instead, you are just trying to rack up points in the amount of time you have. And if you fall, you have to wait till you come to a rest before you can reset. So they're a little bit different level types, so I thought it's kind of fun to see how fast I can get 5 medals in each one. Because if you take first place in the arena levels, you get 5 medals. Basically, that comes down to there's a score target. If you pass the score target, you will get first place against all the other fake made-up players, and you'll get 5 medals. If you took second place, you get 3 medals, and down the line. Of course, it's not just as simple as playing these 5 arenas, because you have to gain access to the arenas. And so once you have access to a location, you have access to its arena. And as you can see here, the last location in the game, Tokyo Bay Finals, requires 100 medals to unlock. So this save I loaded just now doesn't even have access to it. So really the trick of this is how quickly can you get to 100 medals and go play that last arena. I've done this once before, and you're seeing on the upper left hand corner of the screen right now, that was the time I got last time. So it was basically 32 minutes. So I'm going to see if I can beat that today. There was a significant amount of fluff in that 32-ish minutes, so I expect to beat it today. But then again, this game is pretty hard, and I'm not as good at it as you might think for having spent 2 years making it. Hopefully, what's going to happen is that I'm currently the best Pro Gymnast player in the world. But in a few days when the game comes out, I very much hope and expect to be blown away by players who are absolutely way better than me. Alright, we're going to delete my old save here. Since I am not a professional speedrunner, I'm just a speedrun enthusiast. I don't really know how, the rules work for some of this stuff. I've decided, just because, that, let's see, who should we play as today? Let's go here. This looks good. Let's check the... I don't want shoes, though. No shoes. Alright. So I've decided that the run starts when you dismiss this very first introductory story letter. Now I've done some routing on this, but it's pretty straightforward. You basically want to play the arenas as soon as they're available, because they give you 5 medals, which you're going to need to get to complete this run anyway. So you might as well get the 5 medals. And then you need to just basically go through the levels available to you and pick the ones that are that produce medals the fastest. And of course, you can earn up to 4 medals from a given level. For beating it, you get a medal. For finding the chalk and beating it, you get another medal. For beating it faster than the sort of like par time, you get a third medal, and for beating it with a higher score than the par score, you get the final medal. Usually it's pretty hard to get all 4 in one go, because if you're playing the level fast, you're not accumulating score. If you're accumulating score, you're not playing the level fast, generally. So oftentimes I will play the same level a couple times to get all 4 medals out of it. And I definitely picked a few last time that took way too long and weren't worth it. And I was able to collect medals a little faster than I anticipated, or collect more medals than I anticipated more easily. So I'm going to try probably not spending as much time trying to eke out a medal that's not worth it in a level. If it takes me a try or two and I'm not getting it, I'm just going to move on. Okay, so I'm all set up here with my fancy timer here, so we're going to reset it. And then basically I'm going to say go, and we're going to give this a shot. I've got some splits set up here, so I'm going to flip back over to the timer, and I will press the space bar every time I complete and get 5 stars from one of the arenas, so we can sort of compare that to last time. Yeah. All right, here we go. So we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, here we go. So we're going to immediately go into here, and I'm going to play some of these early levels and just try to get... Okay, that should have got me the speed medal. Now we're going to get the chalk. Probably not the score. We did get the score. Okay, so we're done with that. Okay. Nah. Oh, this one may not have been worth it. This one's a little slow. You got to wait here while you slide down. But good thing about this one is I can get at least the, I think, 3 medals by just doing that. Let's go check. We got everything. Now this is a good one here. This is a fast level. Let's just get a fast one. Boom. And then, oh shoot, nope, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Wasting time. I'm gonna go back to this level. And we want to get the score medal. The score medal is a little harder to get because you need to do at least a release move of some kind. And catch back on. You know what? We have this set to slow. There we go. Okay, obviously should have fixed that before I started the run. But we're gonna roll with it. No! Nah, that was a good one. That was not. Okay, here we go. This should be plenty of points. We're gonna catch that, and then we're gonna try and get the chalk while we're at it. There it is. Okay. Good. This one's a pretty fast level. First thing we're gonna do is just get the fast version of it done. Now let's get the chalk, and I'm probably not going to go for score on this level, because to get score on this level you need to land and stick it, and that's quite difficult to do, so I'm not going to waste time on that. We're just going to go right to this, get the... That should have got me score and speed. Now let's get the chalk. Ooh, and if I didn't get score, then I'd got it there. Okay. Nice. Long jump training. Here we go. So this one, that was quick. Now let's get the chalk. Huh. Oh no. Come on. Here we go. Was that enough score? It was. Alright, we're moving much faster than we were last time. This is good. Okay, this level. Okay, that should have been fast enough, right? Yes. Now let's get the chalk. Ooh, a little slow there. Could have done that better. Come on. Oh, man. There it is. Okay, and we'll probably have the score here if I didn't get it last time. Boom. Alright. We're out of here. Okay. Rope leap. This is a good one too. So we're gonna try and get the chalk and speed. We got it. We got score. We got everything on that one. That's a good one. I'm gonna remember that one. Over the hill. Let's do this real quick. Here we go. Huh. Okay, that was probably fast and score. Now let's get the chalk. You notice I'm using the slow-mo here because I'm trying to get my trajectory just right, which does waste time. Alright, now let's do the first arena. Now that we've kind of racked up a bunch of points, a bunch of medals, excuse me, from the easiest levels in the game. So the most efficient place to earn medals for sure. Now this should be plenty of points here. So now what we want to do is we want to knock ourselves out and retire early. There we go. Boom. That was the first one. Okay, now I did that slower than before, but I earned a lot more medals up ahead of here. So now we can go here, and let's do some of these fast levels, like this one. So this one. Ooh, that was good. We're gonna call that. I don't know if I got everything, but we got a lot. This one's pretty fast. Okay. There it is. And the chalk on this one is right here. Oh, dang it. I'm gonna spend a little time and get the chalk on this one. Oh, no, 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 no. See? I gotta get more accurate with this. I wanna go straight up and not too far over. Ugh. If I took a few more swings, I could probably do this more reliably. There it is. Now we gotta go around once and get through here. Yes. Oh no! So at this point I probably should move on. But now it's sort of like a point of pride, you know? Okay, here we go. Alright, right through. No! Alright, move on, move on, move on, right? Move on. Let's see. This is a pretty fast level. We can get a few off of this just by doing it. Especially if I get on the first try here. Okay. Let's do it one more time and get the chalk. Chalk is right here. So then I just gotta be careful and get a solid release here. Like that. Oh. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Not bad. This one we should be able to at least get 2 if I don't use slow-mo here. Oh, look at this. We're gonna get the chalk too. Oh, nice. That chalk is tricky to get. Okay, this is a pretty quick one. We can get a few medals out of it. Come around once. And in. Okay, move on. I'm not gonna worry about other ones on that one. Don't want to do this one. Definitely want to do this one. This one's fast. Okay. Okay, that should have been fast. Let's go and get the chalk as well. Which is... Oh gosh! I don't know how I did not get knocked out there. Oh, whoops! That's a bummer. Okay. Okay, here we go. We gotta lunge over here. Get the... Oh, how did I miss the... Cannot believe I just missed the rope. Okay, here we go. There it is. Get a little bit over his way. Come on. Get the trajectory. Here it is. Okay. Now we just gotta get back. And... Oh, alright. How are we looking? Pretty good. Not gonna do this one. This is a pretty quick one. Especially if I just go for... Doom. Doom. Oh, let's see if we can grab the chalk on this one. I don't know if this one's worth it. If I can get down the first try here. No, 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 no. Probably shouldn't be wasting my time on this level. Because this level... is... No, no, no. Give up, move on. Alright, let's do... Oh, this one's quick. Getting the fast medal on this one is quite hard. I gotta do that. Yes, I got it first try. Okay. Now let's go get the chalk. Gonna use a little judicious slow-mo here. Oh, no, 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 get it around. That would have been nice to get right there. That would have been super fast. Okay, here we go. There it is. Open up. Nah. Grab the bar. Got it. Alright, let's go to this arena. So this one is a little tricky. Can't remember. One thing I need to actually write down at some point is how many points you actually need. Oh, well, more than 0. How many points you actually need for each arena? Because, you know, I think the strat for this type of run is you want to get exactly how many you need and then get out. And the way you get out is by knocking yourself out so that you retire early, so you don't have to run down the clock. Oh yeah, Angelina, thank you so much. I did get your feedback video and I watched it. It was extremely helpful. Thank you very much. Really, really appreciate it. I will. There were a handful of things, of course, that I had already fixed, but there was also some really great stuff that that I noticed, and yeah, it was really, really appreciate you taking the time to do that. Very much. There we go. Okay, 217,000. That's got to be enough. So we need to knock ourselves out here, like this. Oh, come on, come on. What I want to do here is I want to hit my head on something hard enough to early out. Whoa, this is new. Okay, can I just like get off the side all the way? Can I? Yeah, here we go. Look at this. We're just going to guide our head directly into the ground and retire out. Did we get it? We did. Okay. All right. I don't know if we're ahead of yesterday or not. How are we looking on medals? Pretty good. Let's do the fast ones in here. This one's pretty fast. Gotta get this quick one there. Oh, good. Gotta get this quick one in here. Okay. And then let's get the chalk, which I should be able to do with one swing and a little hoop. Angel on it, one of the nicest things for me was to watch it and see that my tutorials actually worked pretty well. The tutorials are something that took me a ton of revisions. I mean, you know, as you might imagine, because the controls in the game are a little tricky. And so I revised them many times, and I was very happy to see that they kind of generally worked. I'm sure that's not going to be the case for all players, but, you know, I'll take it. Alright, that was pretty solid. Let's move on. This one's going to take too long. This is a fast one. Fastest way to get this is just get up here. Oh no! Come on. It's just no, not like that. Like this. Nope. This is sad. What we want to do is we want to just be right here and we want to touch that mat, but not knock ourselves out. Oh, I thought this was going to be a quick couple medals here. There we go. Where's the chalk in this one? Probably worth getting. I think it's right over here. Yes, okay. Now I'm slowing down here to try and prevent myself from doing exactly what just happened. Yeah, you know, the main thing with the game is that most people, their instinct, this is totally natural, is to just like press left when you want to go left and press right when you want to go right, because that's the way, you know, swinging happens in most games. And that does not really work in this game. And so a lot of people struggle with that. The ropes, yes. Ropes are truly kryptonite, I agree. And I actually really kind of did not include them in too many levels for that particular reason, and tried to avoid. There's only, I think, one level, maybe two, where you have to catch onto a rope, build swing on the rope, and then drop off of it. And it's basically, it's only those few because I noticed how hard that was, and I maybe even should have reduced those instances of it, because building up momentum on the ropes is quite difficult. Okay, I don't know if this is going to be fast or not, but we're going to call that because we got at least two. We've got two. Bamboo fling, I can get a couple here. Although I said this last time and then did that. Here, let's get the chalk. Okay. And then let's get on here. Ugh. Okay. And then just kind of whatever, get there. Was that fast enough? No, 10 seconds. I can do this in 10 seconds. Let's do a 10-second one here. Not like that though. There we go. That was under 10 seconds. Let's see. This one's quick. Oh yeah, the one where you have to chase the flying bars. Those are fun, and you do feel like a hero when you achieve it. Okay, that probably got me some. All right, let's probably move on now, and let's do this arena. So this arena, a little tricky. You got to climb up here. Oh, not like that. Problem with the arenas too, see, is you have to wait until you come to rest before you can reset. It wastes a lot of time. So what I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to fling up like this, grab onto the one above, and climb my way up to the top. If I can get to the top, there's parallel bars up there that allow me to really crank up some score. Oh, the score chase levels, gotcha. Okay, there we go. There they are up there. I forget how many points you need to pass this, so I've already lost my speedrunner cred because I haven't researched my own game properly. We got all the way up there, and then I cheesed it. Get it, get it, get it. Okay. I feel like I'm going to use up the entire allotted time here on this one. Yeah, I've only got 10 seconds left. Oh boy. Okay, come on. There we go. Let's at least get one more good trick in. Did I get it? No! I need 150,000. Okay, here we go. 2 tries on this. Not good. Especially junk like that. Here, we're just going to totally reset. Here we go. Alright. Alright, here we go. 150,000. Uh-oh, don't hit your head. Grab onto it. No, not like that. Come on. Get up there. There we go. There it is. Whoa. That was scary. There it is. Okay. Now, don't do anything stupid. Just rack up some points up here, you know? Just take it easy. There we go. Stuff like that. Now let's try and get over to the other one. Like that. Okay. Get a better grab in the center. Oh, I re-grabbed. Unintentional re-grab. 150,000. Here we go. There it is. Okay, I've got it. So now, oh, perfect. We'll take that early retire all day long. And that's the split for that one. All right, how are we looking here? So we need to go to Japan, which is now unlocked. Go take a look here. How many medals have we got? We have 90. We only need 10 more. Okay, what are some fast ones here? Are there any fast ones here? Yes, this one. So this is quite a quick level. Probably got all the medals off that one. Oh, except for time. Really? Let's do it again. Really? I need to go low. Did I get it? Yes, I did. Okay. This one. A lot of these take time. Could do this one real quick. No, not like that though. Okay, nice and easy. Arms out. Here it is. Boom. Get it. Get it. Get it. Not like that. Oh no. Oh no, this is slow. Maybe this was a bad idea. Oh, come on. There it is. This is it. This is a good grab. We're gonna get a good swing. No! How did I... Oh, I pulled my own head up into the bar. What kind of stupid maneuver is that? Okay, this should at least get me over there. Maybe I'll get lucky and land it. Nope. But that's okay. I'll take a medal out of that. This one's fast. This one you just gotta drop at the right time, grab on, and then get it. Yes. Okay, we're pretty close here. Now let's just go get this. This is the hardest of the arenas, I think. So we're gonna build up a little swing here. I'm gonna try and... Ooh, okay, I'll take it. I was supposed to be transitioning over to those rings, but hey. We'll take it. Now what are we gonna do? We're kind of out of sync with them. Okay. Oh, we're completely out of sync here. Okay. This was probably ill-advised. Oh my god, we caught it! That was beautiful. 24,000. I don't remember what the score threshold is on this one. I don't think it's that high though. This one is so hard. Let's see if we can pull something out here. No, we're gonna overshoot. We're gonna overshoot. Okay. Alright. May just resort to doing a few release moves right here. Like that. Nice bounce off the bar there. Look at this. Boom! I have no idea how many points I need, which is a massive, massive fail on my part. Oh, that would have been cool. Look at this, look at this. Yes! There it is. Okay. Now. No. That was the most ridiculous release ever. Oh my god, did I get it? Did I get it? I did. I set the score really low on this one. Okay, so now we should have enough to go to the last location. We do. Now all we gotta do is beat this. This one I think the score was kind of high. Look at this though, we're way ahead of the time yesterday. Although, to be fair, yesterday it took me many tries at this one because I kept failing and knocking myself out early. What we want to do is we want to do a nice transition like this. There. Okay, keep the speed up. There we go. Okay. Keep the speed up so that we can huck this across. We're going to probably miss it. That's okay. We'll go hit the trampoline and we're on. Look at that. Angel on it, take it easy, man. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. No. It's alright. It's alright. We're doing pretty good. We got 36,000. Forget what we needed. There's 50,000. Let's go hit the trampoline here. Little twist. Catch on there at some point. Hopefully I can get out of this. Come on. Come on. Oh no. Okay, what about this? Full twist. No. 20 seconds to go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Push off that. That would have been cool. You know? Let's imagine that actually happened. That would have been pretty sweet. There we go. 97,000. This feels good. Did I get it? I did. And time. Or actually, I forget what we're supposed to call time. I think maybe it was in once the 5th medal comes in. I don't know. But we did it. 23 minutes. All right. Yesterday, it took me 31, almost 32 minutes. So that's pretty legit. That's a huge improvement. I'm getting better at my own game right before the release. All right. So that was fun. Let's go back here and just kind of maybe take a tour of some of the levels we skipped that are kind of cool. If for some reason this video is your first introduction to the game, I can give a quick tour of it. The game is called Pro Gymnast. It's a action acrobatics simulation game. The simple gamer explanation is it's QWOP gymnastics. So if you've ever played QWOP, it's very similar to that. I'm using a gamepad here, and the left stick controls your shoulder angle, right stick controls your hip angle, and the triggers can pull in your arms and your legs. And by combining those inputs, you can build up swing and flip and do, you know, all sorts of things. You get to do that with a customized avatar here. You can pick from different presets. You can, of course, actually modify it to your heart's content, including tons of parameters. You know, we could give him a little more belly, a little less belly, you know, a little less forearm width because he's looking a little too buff there or whatever. You know, head size, right? You can play around. You know, you can change hairstyles. We got quite a few actually. Hopefully, kind of run the range of options, including my future right here. Wait. Oh, what have I done? Let's see. If we want to look at my future, we got to go like this. Then we got to go to this, and you got to set the hair color to this. There you go. That's future me right there. Maybe a slightly darker eye color. There you go. You can change clothing and stuff. You got a few different options. You actually unlock some options as you go. And you can change the color and stuff. So that's kind of cool. You could do, let's do this. This looks kind of cool. You can wear shoes if you want, or go barefoot, and you can have grips or not. I don't know why you would ever not. So you got your customized avatar there. You've got you have a little practice gym you can go to, which is kind of like a real gym. It's got a trampoline over here you can mess around on and fail on. It's got high bar, right? It's got parallel bars. It's got rings. Oh, you know, it's got a high bar over the pit. Anyway, you know, another junk you can mess around with. You've got a level editor. The level editor is actually how I made all the levels in the game. In fact, because we're on my computer, if I hit load level, you'll see all the levels in the game. Of course, on the average players, it would be empty at first until you've created some levels for yourself. But it's pretty cool, right? And you can just immediately play it, or you could go in and make a change and say, you know what we should have done? We should have set this like this. You know, like leading up to the chalk. Or whatever. And you can change all sorts of things about the levels. You can even change the location they take place in. Including a grid backdrop, which players that have less powerful computers have told me they appreciate that, because that one is the least taxing on your computer. Anyway, you got a full level editor. It's pretty cool. And of course, all these levels you can play. So we saw a pretty good preview of the early levels in my captivating speed run. But there's some other ones I didn't show because they take longer. Like here's a kind of a cool level. So this level, you ride this thing up, you drop, rebound off there, grab this, and then Hopefully don't die as you grab that. And you know, every level has a hidden chalk object in it. And in this level, it's pretty well hidden. Let's see if I can get it. It's a little tricky. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, no, no. I need to go over the top there. See, there it was. This is a good opportunity to show the replay editor. So whatever you've been doing in the game for the last few minutes per level, you can get a replay of it. See, I can scrub back and forth through it here, and you can see that I clearly let go too late right there and did not make it over. But you can see there's the chalk. And you can do this from different angles and stuff. You can have a zoomed in angle. You can have someone standing on the ground walking along side the course. Drone angle. And free camera you can actually place wherever you want. So for example, we could place it right here and watch from here, or we could change that and we could say, no, actually, you know what, let's go all the way up here. Let's really understand just how off we were. Like this. Okay. There we go. And now we can see. Oh, no, not even close. Definitely needed a better angle there. And you can actually just like mark an in point. Like here, let's say right here, in, out. And then once you've got that marked, you could set the playback speed. Like, let's say, for example, that we wanted to have this at full speed. Then we'll add a clip, and we'll do another clip here where we just see the fail, like that. And this clip is going to be at 25% speed. And then after that, we'll go back to 100% speed and let them leave the screen. So you can see over on the right there that I've got 3 sort of like little clips sequenced. And then I can go over here and I can say, you know, I want this as a 420 by 270 GIF, 30 frames per second, and hit export. Slow-mo, back to fast speed. There you go. And now on your desktop, in a folder called Pro Gymnast Videos, is a animated GIF. And while we're here, you know, I could say, let me grab an actual video of it as well. So let's grab a 1080p MP4 as well. So that's pretty cool. Oh, hey, what's up, Shadow XA? I've tried the demo. The controls aren't quite as intuitive as the VR juggling toy you made. Yes, agreed on that front. Yeah, the controls are the existential element of this game. They're either, I mean, they're kind of the defining feature of the game, so I guess, you know, without the controls, it's not quite the same thing. But because of the controls, it's not exactly going to click with everyone either. You know, I was working on a game before this. It was a gymnastics game, which is like one-button controls, timing-based. And I would like to revisit that project. I didn't finish it because I ran into some problems with the production of it. But, you know, as sort of like a counterpoint to this game, it would be nice to go make one that's a little more accessible in terms of the controls. So anyway, that's Pro Gymnast. It's coming out on Thursday. Yeah, everyone, please check it out if you're interested. Oh, by the way, Shadow XAF, I did make a handful of improvements to the tutorials since the demo, which was in the Steam Summer Games Festival or whatever it was called. So maybe I'm teaching the controls a little better now in the final version of the game, but there's still sort of an upper limit to it because they're just inherently a little bit difficult. The game is actually translated into 10 languages, so get to 10 if you count Chinese twice for simplified and traditional. Japanese, Korean, Russian, Spanish, German, Italian, French, English. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully that will make the game reach as wide an audience as possible. Yeah, and hopefully people will take a chance and check it out on Friday. It comes out on Steam for Windows and Mac. You know, if people enjoy the game, then I'd be happy to keep working on it. I have some ideas for future content, but only if there's an audience for it. Let's see. Maybe we can take a look at a couple Tokyo levels real quick. I do like the Tokyo location. So when I was working on this, I was hoping the game was going to come out this summer, which it basically is. It's coming out kind of at the end of the summer, but still. I thought, oh, Summer Olympics 2020. This is a gymnastics themed game. Most people remember gymnastics every time the Olympics comes around. You know, maybe there's some kind of like, you know, clever timing there where people will, you know, want to talk about this game because it's happening around the same time as the Olympics. And so I thought it would be smart of me to put a location in Japan in there. And also, I just really like Japan and used to live there, so there's that part too. So I added a Tokyo location to the game, and of course now the Tokyo Olympics have been rescheduled for next year, which is a total bummer. I was actually planning on attending with my family the Tokyo Olympics in person to watch a few events. Not gymnastics, because we couldn't get tickets for that, but diving and beach volleyball, and we were very excited, but unfortunately, obviously we didn't get to go. Everything's up in the air now as whether or not we will go next year, as they're currently scheduled to hold the games next year. Anyway, my kind of clever timing has been a little bit undone, but now I'm claiming this is the game to fill the void left by no gymnastics this summer. So if you wish there was gymnastics going on, compete for yourself on the Pro Gymnast Tour in this video game, right? Anyway, the Tokyo location is pretty cool. It's actually, I did some virtual location scouting, and I actually used Google Street View to find a spot where I think they might set up a course like this in Japan, and I modeled what you would see if you were actually at that spot, which is in the Tokyo Bay by Odaiba, which is sort of a man-made island in Tokyo. And so you can see the somewhat famous Rainbow Bridge in the background, and that's kind of the view looking out on the bay from Odaiba. And I decided to give this location a little more. Sorry, that was a very pleasing. That was a pleasing replay right there. I'm gonna have to capture this one real quick. What the heck was I even saying? I like this level. Rebound, boom, and then as soon as you touch the bar here, it kicks off a timer and it drops the mat that is the goal mat, with other mats coming later. So if you miss it, it kind of gets sandwiched and hidden, and it's hard to actually get it. But that's pretty pleasant. Maybe what we could do is, this one would be a good one to have, like, let's pick the final location where we want to end up, like looking like this, and see what that looks like to watch the whole thing from here. Boom. Boom. Not bad. Maybe we can come up higher a little bit. Do that. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna grab a quick export of that. Oh yeah, so the Tokyo location. You're getting an okay look at it here. You can see it's quite different from the beach locations because it's set at nighttime, and I have these two spotlights that sort of track the gymnast and cast double shadows, and kind of makes it really look like this like event that's been set up here on the Tokyo Bay, which I thought turned out pretty cool. That was a fun level. I like that one. There's some kind of more silly and ridiculous levels here in the Tokyo location. This one's kind of fun. If you get the timing right on this one, it's very smooth. See if I can get it. Okay, that catch wasn't all that smooth, but not bad. And here, oh boy, that's not gonna work. Let's try that again. Let's try doing a full twist. You kind of want to kill your swing here because you want to just whoop. Oh, missed it. Okay, here we go. Nope, that was not a catch. That was not a catch. There it is. Okay, here we go. This looks good. This looks good. There we go. Kill the swing, and then you just want to catch onto this. No, not like that. Don't hit your wrists on it. Grab it. Ah, don't hit your head on it. Huh. Okay, here we go. This is gonna be beautiful. Boom. Full twist. Spread out. Oh, come on. You can see the chalk up there. So if you want to get the chalk in this level, you need to kind of give this little extra oomph. Like that. Oh, not. Oh, like that-ish. The problem is here we're going to have too much swing, maybe. Okay, there we go. Not bad. Let's see if we can get the chalk on this one. Alright, here we go. So what we're going to do is pull in on the arms and legs and then release and throw. That was it. That was just slightly off. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Huh. Grab it. Collected it with the waist. Watch this. We're going to do a knee hang. Oh, almost. Almost. Oh. That would have been really cool. You can actually catch onto the bars with your legs. It's a little tricky to do. Not like that. Let's see if I can do it right here. There. And you can actually swing like that, which is kind of cool. And of course you can grab back onto the bar and then unfold your legs. Alright, let's see. Anything in this last one here? These are kind of where the levels get a little... This is where all the wacky levels went to be put in a little group together. I like this level quite a bit. This one, you gotta be fast, because otherwise, boom! You get knocked out right there. But if you're fast, you can grab onto here. Then you gotta be fast again, because these things drop down here and kind of kill your ability to swing. It doesn't totally ruin your... Let's see if I can kick them off. I'm not having a lot of luck moving those heavy mats. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Wait. No. Okay, here we go. No. There it is. Okay, and then what you can do is that. Just land on your back, why not, right? Close enough. Let's see. This one's dumb. This one, you're sandwiched in between two mats and you kind of ride them around like a roller coaster. Then you grab onto this. Get your way over here like this. Come along and get it! Yes, there we go. You know, that one might not be bad for the run. That was pretty fast and I got all 4 medals. This one's kind of cool. You're hanging onto these bungee rings. The mats push it down and then fling you up. Oh no. Oh. You can tell that you just effed about in the editor making these levels. What? It's that obvious? Yeah, you know, I mean, it's basically like, what can I do with all these with all these elements, you know, and try not to make too many repetitive levels where you're kind of just like given similar challenges. So I tried to focus more on making unique levels than I don't know, than particularly difficult levels, or you know, levels that just kind of ratchet up and get harder. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go! Kick out. Yeah. I made the levels, generally speaking, very, very short. And that's just trying to reduce the frustration that can come from making a lot of progress and then failing right at the end. So in that way, this game is almost the opposite of getting over it, because that's kind of the whole point of getting over it. You know, so that's why the retry is instantaneous and the levels are really short. You know, I certainly could make long levels. There's no technical reason why I couldn't do that. It's just a choice. But there's some fun ones over here. This, let's see. Yeah, this one's super cool. I like this one. This one, you have to fling yourself up through the mats here. But don't knock them out of the way, because you need to come to rest in that little checkered zone right there. You need to be overlapping it. Uh-oh, not like that. Is the level editor going to be available for end users? Yes, it is. Let me show it to you real quick. So right here, from the map, you can go to the practice gym, which is just like an open-ended level with no goals, and you can go to the level editor. So this is what the level editor looks like. This is how you set where the gymnast starts, and you can just kind of rotate and move things around. And then if you press on this controller, the triangle button, you get all the different objects in the game. So there's the simplest stuff, like just adding a bar. So if you want to make a simple level, you just put in a bar and then put in another bar and hit play and test it out. And then, you know, you can click on this bar and say, I want it to be the goal of the level. Now it gets that marker, and you'll see it gets the little arrow on it. And it actually works like it's a level now. You can complete it. Maybe you want to make this a little harder, so we'll spread it out. You know, let's see how far we can. Let's see how far we can jump. Oh my gosh, that was almost a perfect distance. And you know, you can add other things, like you can add, of course, the mats. They just sort of randomly get a color when you bring them in, but you can customize that. For example, you go here and say, no, I want this one to be a two blue mats, or a white mat, or red mat, or whatever. You know, things like the walls, you can actually adjust and make them into whatever shape you like. So there now you could be like, oh, this level actually is all about trying to go over this wall, you know. And then you can test it out and be like, okay, does that make that easier or harder, you know? Biggest limitation with the level editor right now is there's no built-in way at the moment to share your levels. The levels just get stored in a folder in your computer, which is very easy to locate, and it's just a file which you can send to someone, and then they can drop it into their same folder and play your level. So you can share them in that sort of convoluted DIY way, but there isn't like an in-game, you know, level sharing system. There's another thing that's high on my list to do if the game gets, you know, a reception that makes that worth doing, especially if people are really enjoying the level editor. Yeah, and Steam Workshop support would be the most obvious way to do that. I don't think it would be particularly difficult, but to be honest, I haven't fully researched it yet. It just didn't quite make the cut for things that I prioritized before the initial release of the game. But if people are enjoying the game and want it, very easy for me to justify putting the time in to do that, because I've already got a high quality level editor. I built all the levels in the game using the same editor. You can do pretty interesting stuff with the level editor too, like for example, let's say you have a moving bar. It goes on some kind of path, right? And if I just hit play right now, it's just going to move back and forth along that path. But you can go here to this little like spot on it, and you can set all sorts of things, like, for example, how fast does it move? If I say it takes only 1 second to move along that path, it's going to move very fast now. But you can also do things like wire things up. So if you switch to this mode here, you can see that there's like a little connector on this that says when grabbed, so you can connect a wire that says when grabbed, move. And so now you'll see, if I hit play, thing's gonna move, but if I drop off, it stops moving. You know, or you could redo that and say, actually what we want is we want this thing to move on its own, only when it's grabbed. Let me think, I think I might have to reconnect that. Is that gonna work? Uh-oh. Actually, why aren't those turning green? Oh, that's a bug, isn't it? They're probably over here somewhere. Yeah. Ha! Have to fix that. So now it won't move until you actually grab it, and then it will move. And when you let go, it stops moving. But you can also change that. You can go here and say, actually, I want it to do what I call elevator mode, which means when it has a signal, move forward, and when it doesn't have a signal, move back to where it started from. It's pretty useful in some cases. And you can connect these up in all sorts of different ways. You actually have some weird things like we have a delay. So for example, we should be able to go like this and say, wait, no, I want this to go to here, and then this to go to here. So what will happen now is when you grab this bar, the delay kicks off, and then it starts moving. And you can change the delay by just modifying, by modifying this object. Say, actually, I want to be a 2-second delay. So now when I grab this 1,000, 2, 1,000, go. So there's quite a bit of stuff you can do. Yeah, it's not quite Turing complete, but it's close. Logical things we have is we have a splitter. So you can, you know, when you grab this, actually connect this to 2 different things. So you can connect it back to this, but you could also connect it to another thing. You got the opposite of it, which is an OR. So either one of these signals comes on, then the signal lights up. And you have a permanent switch. So if, like this one, if we did it like this, let's see. We do this, and then this. Now when you grab this bar, it's going to turn on, it's going to delay that thing. But then now it'll keep moving even after I let go, because that signal is going to stay on forever once it's been turned on once. Whoa, that was pretty awesome. Oh, look at that, new level. Let's check this out. This was pretty cool. Look at this, I flip off, did a double backflip, and then just caught on my knees. Quite cool. Pretty proud of that, actually. Let's... like, just that move right there, that's the move. Does it look cool from this angle? Let's see. Yeah, the telephoto, it could frame you a little better. It lets you go off the frame a little too much. See, look at that. Kind of lose you there. Let's see, let's try the ground handheld. This is probably a good angle. It's kind of a shame this happened with all that junk sitting there. It's kind of distracting. I'm going to grab this as a, maybe like a high quality GIF, 30 frames a second. Nice. Yeah. So, that's sort of the game in a nutshell. Comes out on Friday on Steam, Windows, and Mac. I'm very excited to see what people think of it, and hopefully some people will stream it or make videos of it, because I really like watching that, to see what other people do with the game. Yeah, good creation tools like this are what give games like this longevity. Yeah, that was my thinking too. You know, I mean, first of all, it made my life easier because I had a nice editor I could use to make the content in the game. But it does hopefully add a little bit of replay value to the game beyond even just, you know, no matter how many levels I create, right? That's just a finite thing. And this really, you know, kind of opens up the replay value, especially for the players who really enjoy the game and are willing to take the time to mess around in the editor. But maybe, you know, if there's enough of those players, I can find a way to surface the levels they're creating even to players who don't want to take the time to make levels. So we'll see. I also spent a lot of time on that replay editor. I hope it pays off. I hope some people actually use it to you know, post little videos on Twitter or Instagram of things that happen in the game, whether they're impressive or hilarious or fails or whatever. You know, I don't know of too many games that have that feature built in where you can just quickly press a button and get a video file on your desktop ready to go. So I'm curious to see if that gets much use. I tried to advertise the feature inside the game. You're seeing it right here. Whenever you win a level, I show you that little replay playing in the corner, with the hopes that seeing that makes you realize that this feature exists in the game. And it kind of gave this you know, result screen a little more visual interest rather than just showing the medals and the numbers. We'll see. I've actually, looking back on it, put replay features in a lot of the games I've made to varying value. So we'll see. You know, having that feature, though, it means that I could potentially do stuff like if I had a leaderboard or something, you could, you know, challenge someone, and then when you're playing the level, you could see a ghosted version of the other player's replay. File sizes would be a challenge at the moment due to the way they're recorded. They're not small. Because it's actually the actual like 3D data of what happened in the level, right? It's not like I just recorded a video or something. You know, this is live, right? That's why I can change the camera angle and look at it from different angles and then play it back. Using FFmpeg under the hood, basically, yeah, although I didn't have to do that part myself. I used, this game is made in Unity, and there are a few assets for Unity that I used to make the game. So one is an avatar system called UMA, which is how I got pretty nice looking realistic humans in the game that are customizable. I used a thing called Rewired to get good quality input from tons of different controllers, an IK system, ocean rendering to get that nice ocean in the background, a cool skybox system, and this thing called NatQuarter, which allows you to, makes it very easy to prepare and generate video files, whether it's an animated GIF or an MP4. Suppose if you're doing a ghost, you only need to store the user position, etc., since they'd be there for the same mode. Yeah, we could do that, because right now, you know, the replay is recording not only the gymnast itself, but all the other moving objects. And so if we wanted to save a ghost, I could take that and I could throw away, you know, all of the other moving objects, and I could probably take the gymnast's recording and simplify it drastically. Right now, I believe I capture the state of the gymnast and the moving objects like every other physics update. And this game, the physics updates very, very, very frequently. And that's part of the reason that the physics works so well, is that I'm spending almost all of the, you know, the CPU on this game simulating the physics. So I think right now I record every other physics step, which is way less than you need even for just playing back at 30 frames a second. It's one of the reasons it looks so nice. I can go very, very slow-mo and it looks nice. I'm interpolating it in between them, obviously, but the underlying data is very, you know, high fidelity. But I could, you know, go back and like drop data from that, and then probably also do things like, you know, I'm recording like all the bones on the fingers and everything, but I could drop all that stuff for a ghost and just simplify it down to the core bones and probably get the replay down to a pretty small file size. Although for that to work, I would have to figure out some kind of, you know, online system and leaderboard setup, which I don't have in the game at all right now. You know, it might be kind of cool to do something like the Zachtronics games do, where rather than like a leaderboard with like a list of players, they show like a histogram. So in this case, it might be like amount of time to finish the level and score, and show like a curve where most players got this score and some players got this score, some players got this time. That would be pretty cool. I've always liked that method. It's, you know, it's not just like, hey, look, here's a list of 10,000 players and you're number 47,321. Instead, it shows this kind of graph that says, here's the distribution of players and here's where you sit in the distribution, which is kind of cool. Only makes sense for some types of games, so it might make sense for a game like this where the speed and score are pretty, like, pretty variable. You know, there's some game types where it's like a turn-based puzzle game or something, where it's like everyone's going to do it in a small window of moves or something like that, where it wouldn't be as interesting. But here, you know, we have very sort of analog data in terms of score, time. I mean, getting the chalk or not is probably not as, you know, interesting in that scenario. I've never really thought about how you actually, you know, how I would technically implement that, but it would be fun to try and figure it out. So these are all things that, you know, if the game finds an audience, I would love to do, but, you know, if it doesn't, that's okay. I don't know if it's the graphics or gameplay, but I'm reminded of Action Hank by this. Yeah, that makes sense. I think my guess would be because it's a 3D graphics but side view 2D gameplay, and probably that the amount of red. I think they were similar in that they had a lot of like red gameplay props. You kind of have that blue sky and then these red like elements in the foreground. I could definitely see that comparison. It makes sense. Let's see. How are we doing on time? All right, I probably need to get going because I got kids to put to bed. But really appreciate people dropping by for the stream. I'm gonna see if there's somebody we can go say hello to on Twitch while we're here. Let's see. Oh, look at this. Motzi is streaming. We have to go say hi to Motzi. Perfect. Well, thanks again, everyone, for dropping by. I'm going to we're gonna go raid Motzi, who is an awesome fellow creator, and I really love his streams, and he's just all around awesome dude. Childish Giant, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Normally, I am actually streaming the creation of the games, but I just happen to be at the week where my game is done, and I'm mostly just trying to figure out how to you know, what to stream while I wait for the game to come out and before I start my next project. But I'm very excited to start streaming my next project. All right, thanks again, everyone, and let's go say hello
people right here with
to Motzi.
What do you mean there's no gravity? Don't tell me there's no gravity.